Well, you're watching the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14.
Right now at 7, Webb City authorities identify the subject in a homicide.
And we take you to Carmine's in Joplin to learn more about a competition the pizzeria recently took part in.
And we've got ourselves another nice day across the 4 states. A few more clouds, and then we're watching those storm chances tomorrow. We'll talk about that coming up.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Thanks for joining us for the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. I'm Tanya Bach. A Neosho man may soon head to prison for child sex crimes. A McDonald County jury finds Christopher Creviston of Neosho guilty of 1 count of statutory sodomy in the 1st degree and child molestation in the 3rd degree. The sentencing for the guilty charges will be set later this month, and the recommended sentences are 25 years and 10 years, respectively, in the Missouri Department of Corrections. Webb City police identify the suspect in a weekend homicide investigation. That suspect is 51-year-old Nicholas Berry of Branson. Police are still searching for Berry and say he should be considered armed and dangerous. Authorities say on Sunday they were called to a Webb City home about a disturbance. When they got there, they found 39-year-old Maria Whittaker of Joplin unresponsive. She was taken to the hospital where she later died. Court documents say Berry stabbed Whittaker over an argument about money. Well, springtime means time to do some yard work, but be careful before you dig into the ground. Spire Gas wants its customers to dig safe even before they dig. And it's not just gas lines underground, but electricity and other utilities. All of these things can be a dangerous combination for a homeowner with a shovel.
The most extreme is it can hurt your life. It can cause a cause of life. You know, financially it can be an impact. You know, you could get others hurt, property damage. So at the end of the day, nothing good comes out of it.
That number is 811. Just go to call811.com to schedule an inspection before you dig, and dig safe. A local pizzeria went to Las Vegas for a pizza competition recently. Carmine's Pizza is a local pizzeria that's pretty well known in the community, and recently Carmine's traveled to Las Vegas for the U.S. World Pizza Championship, and they placed 2nd overall. There were 90 contestants in the traditional category. Team Testa, and that included Bill Carmine, Cornell, all finished in the top 9. It's quite an accomplishment, as this competition is no joke, as it includes some of the very best in the country.
Business has definitely increased since I won. You know, it's probably doubled our business since last week. So yeah, we're definitely struggling to keep up with it.
Carmine's Pizza will be flying to Naples, Italy in June to compete in the Caputo Pizza Cup, the largest pizza competition in Italy. Kansas Governor Laura Kelly signs a bill requiring Kansans to be 21 or older to legally buy tobacco products. It takes effect July 1st. Current age to buy cigarettes, electronic cigarettes, and tobacco products is 18. The bill received bipartisan support in the legislature last month. The federal government raised its age to buy tobacco products to 21 in 2019. Kansas could have lost federal funds for substance abuse programs if it did not pass the bill. Kansas joins 41 other states that have increased the age to 21.
We're still watching our thunderstorm chances into Friday. The good news is the elevated risk has been backed up significantly to our far western counties. Still have that low risk here in the dark green. And then we've got some thunderstorm chances late morning, early afternoon Saturday. So what does that look like on the future track? Right now, this is the thinking. But again, this is still a very fluid situation, a lot of variables in here, and we'll continue to monitor this as we get closer. But about 7 o'clock or so, we're going to start to see a line of showers and thunderstorms in our western counties. Between about 7 and 9, that's our best opportunity for some strong to severe thunderstorms. After that, that line really starts to fall apart. Stronger storms in our far northern counties, otherwise just scattered showers and storms, and then that even just dies out. And by early Saturday morning, nothing. But that spin is the low pressure system, and it could trigger some additional thunderstorms late morning, early afternoon across the area. None of these are expected to be strong or severe, but we do have that possibility out there of a strong storm. But otherwise, just some thunderstorms tomorrow, Saturday morning. 54 in Joplin right now. Nice sun sunrise, south-southeast breeze at 7 across the area. Temperatures don't look too shabby. 52 Pittsburgh, 52 Independence, 54 Chatopa, 55 Miami, and 56 in Neosho. You get our day started, partly cloudy skies pushing 70, maybe lower 70s by late morning. Heading into the afternoon, near 80 degrees, some of us maybe even the lower 80s. Partly cloudy skies otherwise, and a pretty decent day. And as we head into the evening, partly cloudy, mild as we're slower to cool, 61 by 10, overnight low of 53. Tanya?
All right, thanks, Chris. A survey by Kaiser Family Foundation finds guns are often stored in an unsafe way at home. The survey found 3 in 4 adult gun owners in households have a gun either unlocked, loaded, or kept with ammunition. Cherokee County Sheriff David Grove says they respond to a few incidents a year where a child has gotten a hold of a gun. The Sheriff's Office is one of the locations partnering with Project Child Safe, an education program providing free gun locks for residents.
So through a federal program, we're able to obtain these locks at no cost to the agency, which allows us to pass them on to the citizens at no cost. And it's just important for us to have this resource available to members of our community so that they can, again, keep the guns in their homes safe from kids accidentally getting into them.
Sheriff Grove says people elsewhere can get free gun locks by searching for a location from the Project Child Safe website. On Wednesday, 2 elementary schools met in Carthage to host a Lunch with a Loved One event. Family members and friends gathered at Columbia and Steadley Elementaries to enjoy some lunch. Officials with the school district say the event gives family members and friends the chance to enjoy time with their loved one at school in a social environment.
Enjoy coming to Columbian, sitting with the kids, learning about them, parents that can't make it, all of the little stories that they have to tell us. It's just fun to be here and see their excitement, knowing somebody is coming to be with them.
Close to 100 kindergartners participated. Well, coming up, Chef Anthony steps back into the kitchen. Well, he's been in the kitchen working hard. He's going to share with us his progress on his Mystery Meat Challenge.
We, of course, are watching the possibility of some thunderstorms as we head into tomorrow evening, and we'll take a look at your weekend forecast and how next week is starting to shape up when we come back.
All right, welcome back. Now that we've unveiled our mystery meat, we're making a beef flank steak. Chef Anthony has had about 45-50 minutes to prepare it, and here we go. I told him he would have to be ready for his first presentation, basically just explain what's going on, and then you're going to have another 10 minutes before the final product needs to be done. So what are we doing?
Well, I have asparagus blanching. I have bacon, shallots, and butter in this pot right here. It's absolutely beautiful. Smells wonderful. And that is going to be where I saute my asparagus inside to get it ready to hit your plate.
And what do you have in there to make that?
Bacon, shallots, and butter.
Okay.
I have flour, butter to make a roux. I've added some ground Nigerian pepper and a little bit of crushed red pepper flakes to this. And this is going to make a sauce, which I'm getting ready to pull together now.
What's the key to doing a roux and not letting it burn?
Low heat.
Low heat.
Low heat and pay attention to it.
Okay, just constant stirring.
Yes.
Yes. I did find that while you were prepping, I kept trying to come over and talk to you, and that didn't work well. Like you just wanted me to leave, pretty much.
Well, I get a little sidetracked.
Okay, that roux is coming together quite nicely. I don't know if we can see it if we move this a little bit.
Want to taste?
Sure. Ooh, what'd you say, Nigerian? Oh, that's spicy.
Nigerian chili pepper.
And I have nothing to drink. Ooh. Oh, that's good. Okay, so we've got, you said blanching some asparagus. I'll put that in your bacon and shallot.
Yes. And I've got some toasted sesame oil.
And when you say blanching, you're just boiling it a little bit.
Yes,
basically.
I'm boiling it a little bit to get it started in its cooking process.
Soften it a little.
Softens it a little bit, and it allows me to get all the color that I want. It makes it kind of vibrant and stand out a little bit more.
Yeah.
And then now all I gotta do is toss it in there.
This is a good time of the year for asparagus too, isn't it?
Yes, it is. We get some very beautiful asparagus this time of year. So my sauce is almost done. I'm going to thin it back out just a
You
little
know, a lot
bit.
of people they're hunting for wild asparagus this time of the year too.
Oh yeah, I've heard that there's been some good ones. I have a couple students who've been doing that, and they said it's looking absolutely wonderful for their season. And for a starch for your plate, I did some rice.
Yay!
So, and it's not just a steamed rice or a boiled rice. I've actually increased the flavors to it. Turn that oil down just a little bit.
So what did you do in here to add flavor to it?
I added some shallots to it, some butter, and a little bit of the Nigerian chili pepper, and I ground up a habanero.
Ooh, okay. And we are popping something in there.
Yes, we are almost ready to go for our oil.
Okay.
So everything's coming together. I've taken our flank steak and I cut it into thin strips, and I put it between 2 pieces of plastic wrap and I pounded it down flat. So it will be cutting it across the grain in pieces about 1/2 inch thick.
Okay.
And then I pound them down really thin so that I make them tender. Because flank steak is a little bit on the chewy side, a little bit more difficult to use. And
it's okay to be aggressive when you're doing it. I heard
Yes.
you went and left the room so you wouldn't get picked up on our mics, but yeah.
oh yes, and it just lets you keep a hold of everything, and all the flavors come together very nicely for it. So it's just being ready.
Okay, so we are going to go to break while you get ready to put these on. And when we come back, they should be
I will have
pretty
a
close to
finished
finished.
plate for you.
Yes. How long are these going to cook?
3 or 4 minutes.
3 or 4 minutes? That should be perfect. All right, that sounds good. Okay, when we come back, we will be ready to finish up and test our beef flank. What are you calling this?
I haven't got a name for it.
Oh, we got to come up with a name. Our mystery meat challenge will be complete. We'll be right back. Nothing to drink.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News. So we are talking about our thunderstorm chances tomorrow. Elevated risk has been scooted back to our far western counties. Low risk for most of southeast Kansas, northeast Oklahoma, and inching into southwest Missouri. And then some scattered thunderstorm chances as we head into Saturday, late morning, early afternoon. All right, let's take a look at the future track. As we've mentioned, this is it's still evolving situation, but here's what the current thinking is. As we head into the evening hours, we'll see some thunderstorms develop off to our west, and by about 7 o'clock or so, they'll start rolling into our western counties. Here they are at 9, and this is going to be our best opportunity for some strong, possibly severe thunderstorms. Then this line starts to die out very quickly, and it starts to limit the stronger storm threat up in our far northern counties with some scattered showers and storms across parts of southeast Kansas. This is 11 o'clock. And then watch what happens very quickly. It all just dies out. And by Saturday morning, we got cloudy skies, mild temperatures, but take a look at the spin here. That's that low pressure system. That's going to be a trigger for maybe some additional thunderstorms as we head into late Saturday morning and into the early afternoon hours across the area. Not anticipating anything strong or severe with that, but we could see a few thunderstorms there. All right now, got beautiful conditions. Few clouds, 54 in Joplin, south-southeast breeze at 7 miles an hour. Quick check of temperatures, 50 Chanute, 55 Miami, 56 Neosho. I got 51 in Carthage. Partly cloudy skies to start our day, near 70 by late morning. Partly cloudy into the afternoon. Highs pushing near 80 degrees across the area. Into this evening, because we're so warm, we're again slow to cool. 61 by 10, dropping back down to 53 for our overnight low under partly cloudy skies. Now, up to near 80 again tomorrow. I want to talk about Saturday. It looks like we're going to hit the mid-70s early in the day, and then once this system moves through, we're going to drop back down into the lower 60s. A little cooler Sunday, but sunny. Nice on Monday, lower 70s, and more storm chances as we head into Tuesday, and then we're pushing near 80 again by next Wednesday. Let's check the forecast. We've got more of Chef's Mystery Meat right after this.
All right, welcome back. We have unveiled our mystery meat, and we're making a beef flank steak this morning, along with some other sides that Chef Anthony put together in his mystery meat challenge. And our time is up. There we go. So you've had about an hour to put together this, what looks like an amazing dish. I tried your roux a little bit ago, and wow, it had some great spice to it, and I feel like you've added some fruit as well.
Add a little blackberries to it, a little sweetness.
Okay. I guess we'll just go through everything that you have here. I'm going to let it cool because you literally just pulled it out of the pan. and then I want to try it.
Okay.
Okay, so what do we have?
So we have steamed rice, and with the rice I added some shallots and some butter and some honey habanero to it, and just a pinch of the Nigerian chili pepper just so I could draw it back to the same flavor profiles. Mm-hmm. And then asparagus that I blanched, and then it was sauteed with shallots and bacon and butter.
I'm going to try it as we go.
And then we have the flank steak, which I cut into about a half-inch piece, and then I pounded it flat between two pieces of plastic. Added some of my seasonings to the flour itself so it actually held to the meat, and dredged it and cooked it in toasted sesame oil.
Why did you choose sesame oil?
I want a little bit of the nutty flavor from the toasted sesame oil to come through.
Did you bring a couple different varieties of oil to work with?
I brought olive oil, vegetable oil, and the toasted sesame oil.
Okay.
Just so it, depending upon what it was, if I had chicken, I would want to go with the traditional vegetable oil, pork and beef, the toasted sesame oil, and then if I decided to do something really outside the box for the vegetables, I brought the olive oil.
This is really tender.
Yes, and you're cutting along with the grain. So instead of having flank steak that has a very long grain to it, I cut it into the shorter across the grain so that it would be tender as you cut through it. You could chew it up real easy and it's a nice piece.
Okay.
Are you ready?
That's good.
Good.
That has some spice to it.
A little bit, but we gotta always add the secret ingredient. Always have to have the secret ingredient of Grandma's love.
And I was prepared. Have a glass of water this time.
So, yeah, the water's not gonna help you today.
It's pretty spicy. Yes, but
So-
he knows I like spice, so that's good.
Yeah, but this is, I mean, using your imagination and just taking a little bit, as I tell my students, it's all about understanding the principles of how to cook and understanding a profile flavor so that you can convey the flavors through your entire dish. I used the bacon and the shallots to give a little bit of this deep savory to the asparagus. I added a little bit of shallots to the rice because I wanted that little oniony earthiness to go with them, but I still needed to hold over a little bit of the flavor so everything comes full circle all the way around and we don't have to worry about missing out on any of the flavors.
And beautiful presentation as well.
Yes.
I'm giving you an A+ on this one. Definitely did wonderful. We will let you come back next week.
So, I thought I was going to pass my final.
All right, and I'm excited to see what you have for us in the future. And thank you again to Simon Market for providing the beef flank steak and Martinez Produce for supplying
yes.
the keto box this week.
Yes, the keto box was great. I was going to kick a little lime juice at the end, but then I decided the blackberries might do you a little better.
Oh, that was good. All right, good decision. You can find these segments on our website later this morning, KOAMnewsnow.com. We will be right back.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. It's currently 7:29. Some students in Wynne, Arkansas returned to school after nearly 2 weeks off. Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders was there to welcome them after an EF3 tornado devastated the town on March 31st. At least 4 people died and dozens more were injured in Wynne. Students are all getting free breakfast and lunch regardless of eligibility. Governor Sanders has a lot of praise for the community.
Could not tell you how unbelievably proud and what an amazing effort it has been for this community to pull together to be able to do what they're doing here this morning, and that's to get those kids back in the classroom. It is truly a heroic effort by all of these people standing behind me.
One group of students not back in class yet is at the high school. Their school was too damaged by the storm for them to return, and they'll be going to a local community college for classes later this week. On Wednesday, some local 5th and 6th graders participated in a cardiovascular screening program at Barton County Cox Hospital. It's for the health program Cardiac Kids. Now, cardiac stands for coronary artery risk detection in area children. It's a cholesterol screening program that identifies Berry and Lawrence County 5th and 6th grade students at risk for heart disease and diabetes.
With Committed to Kids, we really want to help get our kids moving, get them active, help them to learn about improving their nutrition, and also help them with improving their mental health and increasing self-esteem.
Program began in 2003. During the 2021-2022 school year, 43% of students were overweight or at risk for becoming overweight. That's according to the Body Mass Index. Joplin Bank is helping to ensure families in need do not go hungry. Great Southern Bank employees donated meals to the Ronald McDonald House. Employees delivered the meals and met with families. Officials say it serves as a team bonding activity, all for a good cause.
It saves financially for the families, but also, again, taking away the stress. They can walk in, enjoy a good meal, and just fill themselves up. Because to fill up and serve a child that's sick, you have to be healthy and cared for as well.
Ronald McDonald House provides temporary housing for families with seriously ill children in the hospital.
Well, we've got another very mild day across the 4 states as we get our morning going. Well, those partly cloudy skies out there, making it to about 70 by late morning, maybe even some lower 70s. We head into the afternoon, more partly cloudy skies, maybe an occasional wind gust or two. Otherwise, pretty decent, near 80, and some of us in southeast Kansas could push the lower 80s today. And we head into this evening, well, sound like a broken record. Partly cloudy skies, that's what we've got. And because we're so warm today, it's another slow evening to cool down. Check out this 8 o'clock temperature, 69, 61 by 10, overnight low of 53. Keeping an eye on those evening thunderstorm chances after 7, mainly in southeast Kansas tomorrow, near 80 for the high. Morning storms Saturday, 76 to start, lower 60s later in the day. A nice day Sunday, Monday, and more storm chances by Tuesday. Tanya?
All right, thanks, Chris. Carmine Pizza in Joplin, Missouri recently made waves in the world of pizza. The International Pizza Expo is a renowned competition where pizzerias from all over the world gather to showcase their skills and creativity in pizza making. The competition is divided into several categories, including traditional and non-traditional pizza. Shagun Bomdale has more.
Carmine's Pizza entry in the International Pizza Expo was a classic traditional style pizza. The pizzeria made waves by winning second place in the traditional pizza category.
And in that category, there were 90 competitors, and I placed second place. So I took second, and then I also placed first place. I'm on the Galbani Pro Team, so I placed highest on the Pro Team too.
Competing with several world-renowned chefs, Bill says he is happy with his results.
Placing second, I was going against some of the best people in the U.S. and actually from across the world. There's people that come in from Italy, Greece, Germany, France to compete. Placing second for my second time competing, I was very happy with that.
With the newfound fame, Bill says he can't keep up with others.
Business has definitely increased since I won. It's probably doubled our business since last week. So yeah, we're definitely struggling to keep up with it.
Bill says there's a reason his pizza stands out.
So once again, the difference in our pizza is the way we ferment our dough. A lot of places they make the dough in the morning and they use it the same day. We give our dough time to ferment. So that's the big difference.
Carmine's Pizza will be flying to Naples, Italy in June to compete in the Caputo Pizza Cup. That's the largest pizza competition in Italy. Well, this morning we've been discussing becoming an organ donor.
Yeah, for Larry Koch and Lauren Herlihy, they've always had a tight relationship. When his kidney disease progressed stage 4 last summer, the then 77-year-old was told dialysis might be the next step if he didn't get a donor and fast. And Herlihy knew that she could offer the quickest solution.
The decision was emotional for both of them, but it was one that Herlihy says was obvious, due in part to her expertise in the medical field at UNC Health. And they left with a peace of mind and another memory together each year. This time of year has turned into a celebration of life for this family. That
brings us to our question for you this morning. Are you an organ donor? Now, earlier it was 100% of you said yes. Now it's almost evenly split. 54% of you say yes, 46% of you say you are not. So make sure you take time to vote through our website, our app, and take part in discussion on our Facebook page.
All right, and that's a look at our top news stories coming up this half hour in the KOAM Morning News. The iconic Field of Dreams site to get a makeover thanks to a $12 million grant.
And we are watching an absolutely gorgeous day here in the 4 states today with some storm chances tomorrow. We'll take a look at that forecast coming up. In Iowa, more funding has been announced for a big project that's expected to turn the land around the Field of Dreams into a world-class baseball facility. There's a big price tag on the Dyersville project, $80 million. $12 million of that will come from a grant. Danny Whiskeyman has more on how the movie site will expand and attract even more tourists.
The Field of Dreams movie site is planning on bringing baseball to a whole new level here in Iowa. And by doing so, driving sports tourism and economic gains to the small town of Dyersville.
It's really going to help enhance the opportunity to build a stadium here in Dyersville. I think it's going to be, a substantial impact as far as the economy goes here, so we're really looking forward to that.
However, the construction will mean there will be no MLB Field of Dreams game for 2023. This $12 million grant is only a portion of what is needed for these projects.
It's going to be an $80 million project, but the important thing to stress is that it is all privately funded. Taxpayers are not putting a nickel into it. And this is not just going to enhance this site, but really tourism in Iowa as a whole.
The surrounding area of the iconic movie site is set to host 9 different ball fields, some for baseball and some for softball. There will also be a hotel and a concert amphitheater on the property, plus an RV park and another park that's designed for kids and adults who have disabilities. Now, although the entire surrounding area is under construction, the main ballpark will remain untouched. Some say they are uneasy with the thought of commercializing the movie site, but city officials and movie site representatives say they've taken that into consideration with their decisions.
The amount of controversy I get on the day-to-day or the month-by-month time frame is little to nothing.
Everybody's going to have their own opinion, but we inform them that every step has been taken to make sure that this retains that same supernatural feel that it's always had for people that visit.
Representatives from the movie site are promising there are no safety concerns during the expansion construction. The site is open now till October 31st. We've got another beautiful day across the 4 states for us today, and we are keeping an eye on some thunderstorm chances as we head into our Friday. We'll take a look at that full forecast when the KOAM Morning News returns. We are keeping an eye on our thunderstorm chances for Friday. We have that elevated risk that's been scooted way back into our far western counties and a low risk in this dark green color. And then we could see a few scattered storms as we head into late Saturday morning and into the early afternoon hours. So here's what the current thinking is on this situation as we head into tomorrow evening. By about 5, 6 o'clock, we'll have some thunderstorms out to our west. And then by about 7 or so, they'll start rolling into our far western counties. Here they are between 7 and 9. This is our best opportunity for strong to severe thunderstorms, and then watch how quickly this line just kind of dies, confining stronger storms in our northern counties by 11 with a few scattered showers and storms, and then watch what happens within an hour or so. That storm is gone. We clear out. 5 a.m. Saturday, some cloudy skies, warm, but no rain. But see the spin here, that's that low pressure system, and that's going to do 2 things. One, could trigger some additional showers, maybe a few thunderstorms as we end the late morning Saturday and into the early afternoon. We're not anticipating any strong or severe storms with these, but a few thunderstorms possible. Then it's going to knock our temperatures down. We're going to start to fall back through the lower 60s as we head through the rest of our Saturday. Got nice skies. 7th and range line, few clouds out there, otherwise not bad. 54 in Joplin, south-southeast breeze at 7. We're at 50 Iola, 53 Parsons, Chetopa, Miami, 51 Neosho, and 54 in Lamar and Nevada. We get our day started. We got partly cloudy skies, pushing 70 by late morning, maybe even some lower 70s out there. Going into this afternoon, we've got temperatures pushing upper 70s, 80 degrees, maybe even some lower 80-degree readings out there. Partly cloudy skies, partly cloudy this evening. Dropping back down into the lower 50s overnight, and as we look ahead, we're not doing too bad. Up to near 80 tomorrow ahead of the storms, mid-70s Saturday, then we drop back into the lower 60s. Cooler but nice on Sunday. Nice again on Monday. lower 70s. Then we're watching storm chances Tuesday, mid 70s. We're watching the possibility of maybe a strong storm or two on Tuesday. We'll keep an eye on that system for you. Pushing 80s by Wednesday and Thursday, and then we see a few more pop-up storms maybe on Thursday and into Friday, and that's enough to cool us back down just a little bit. Lower 70s, upper 60s as we head into the upcoming weekend. Our overnight lows, unfortunately, following tomorrow. They do get chilly for a couple of nights, but they will rebound quite nicely back into the upper 50s, near 60 as we head into next week. And just a quick reminder, of course, we're in spring, we're entering severe weather season, so anytime there's thunderstorm chances, you just want to keep an ear an eye to the sky and make sure you're watching us. We'll keep you updated on whether or not they're going to do something or if it's just going to be some rain showers. That's a check of your forecast. Now here's Tanya Bach with a check of Consumer Watch.
That's right. The car culture in America is evolving, and new proposed rules from the EPA could move the country along faster. Strict new tailpipe standards, if approved, will see most new passenger cars go electric within the next decade. The Biden administration's aggressive moves present a show of force on battling the climate crisis, and they say will strengthen jobs and the economy while reducing reliance on foreign oil. Gloria Pazmino has the details.
The Biden administration is betting big on electric.
We're driving towards a clean energy future.
On Wednesday, the Environmental Protection Agency proposed new car emission standards that could require electric vehicles to account for up to 2/3 of new cars sold in the U.S. by 2032.
We're starting to see all of the auto industry move in this direction.
Transportation is the biggest source of greenhouse pollution in the U.S., with light-duty vehicles accounting for 58% of those emissions. EPA Administrator Michael Regan says the goal is not only to tackle the climate crisis, but to bolster the economy long-term.
This is a really exciting proposal that codifies the president's vision for an electric future that wins the day in manufacturing and jobs as well.
The rules are intended to push the auto industry toward electrification and increase supply.
We see that consumers are really responsive to EVs when they get their hands on them.
Still, not everyone is ready to buy in. 41% of Americans polled by Gallup last month said they would not buy an electric vehicle. But the White House hopes tax incentives like a credit up to $7,500 for new EV purchases will help drive Americans to electrify.
We're going to save consumers money. This is a huge opportunity for everyone in this country.
I'm Gloria Pasmino reporting.
We'll be right back with more after this, but first let's take a look at the market prices before the opening bell. The Spiva Center for the Arts hosts an exhibit showcasing a miniature Joplin.
KOAM's Amber Jenkins has more.
Joplin teens are celebrating the city's 150th birthday by recreating Joplin's iconic landmarks.
We've realized at Landmark Builds that no one teaches local history, not as a child or as an adult. So the Joplin Sesquicentennial is a perfect time to talk about history, and we developed this Lego competition so that teens could learn more about it and share their knowledge and their storytelling through their builds with our community.
The teens had to create their builds with donated Legos and $100 for special Lego blocks.
They had the chance also to take site visits to places that are closed off where they normally wouldn't see. The Olivia Apartments that are under redevelopment right now, the Union Station, which is not open to the public.
Passionate Lego builders were eager to create Joplin.
Yeah, it was really fun. We got to meet new people and play with Legos.
I love Legos. I've been playing with them since I was 5 years old.
The teams of teens spent about 13 hours on average building since December.
The cave had these huge, beautiful rocks of all different colors.
We have upstairs, we also have a mining part.
Recreating hometown history gave the team builders pride.
I feel proud and honored of making a build that represents Joplin and its history.
In Joplin, Amber Jenkins, KOAM News.
Well, today the city of Joplin is showing the movie Bonnie and Clyde at Landreth Park to celebrate Joplin's 150th birthday.
Yeah, it's going to be great weather to do that as well.
Yeah.
To be outside watching a movie, go to the drive-in, go to the Bonnie and Clyde showing, whatever it is you want to do, because it's going to be pretty decent. But we are watching those thunderstorm chances tomorrow. So let's recap real quick what we've got. We have that elevated risk that's been scooted way back into our western counties, and we have that low-end risk in the dark green. And then we've got some general thunderstorm chances as we head into Saturday morning and early afternoon. All right, once the system starts to move in here, about 6 o'clock this tomorrow evening, we'll see some showers and thunderstorms out to our west. Between about 7 and 9, those showers and storms will start to move into our far western counties. This is our best window for any strong to severe thunderstorms, hence why the elevated risk has been pushed west. This line very rapidly dies out as it heads off to the east slowly, confining storm chances, or at least stronger storm chances, in our northern counties, and by about midnight, it's gone. We wake up Saturday morning, we got cloudy skies, mild, and we've got the spin of that low pressure system. You got that northerly breeze on the backside. Our temperatures will reach about the mid-70s on Saturday, and then after the system moves through and we get on the backside, they'll fall back into the lower 60s later in the afternoon. We could see some late morning, early afternoon thunderstorms Saturday. 54 right now in Joplin, few clouds out there, south-southeast breeze at about 7. Looks good across the area. Excuse me, I tried some of that Chef Anthony steak. Very delicious, but a little spicy. 54 Nevada, Lamar, 53 Fort Scott, Pittsburgh, Parsons, Chetopa, Miami, and 51 in Neosho. We get our day started. It's going to be wonderful. Partly cloudy skies pushing the 70s by late morning, maybe even some lower 70s across the area. We'll take another full look at the rest of this forecast and the news you need to know before you head out the door when the KOAM Morning News returns.
Here's a check of today's top headlines, the news you need to know before you head out the door. A Neosho man may soon head to prison for child sex crimes. A McDonald County jury finds Christopher Creviston of Neosho guilty of 1 count of statutory sodomy in the 1st degree and child molestation in the 3rd degree. The sentencing for the guilty charges will be set later this month, and the recommended sentences are 25 years and 10 years respectively from the Missouri Department of Corrections. Webb City Police identify the suspect in a weekend homicide investigation. That suspect is 51-year-old Nicholas Berry of Branson. Police are still searching for Berry and say he should be considered armed and dangerous. And authorities say on Sunday they were called to a Webb City home about a disturbance. When they got there, they found 39-year-old Maria Whittaker of Joplin unresponsive. She was taken to the hospital where she later died. Court documents say Berry stabbed Whittaker over an argument about money. On Wednesday, Kansas U.S. Senator Jerry Moran stopped by the National Safety Apparel facility in Baxter Springs for a tour and to talk to local Kansans. Moran spoke with residents about what jobs are available as well as what jobs are needed in southeast Kansas. National Safety Apparel makes different types of clothing for the post office workers, and it includes industrial clothing such as jackets, helmets, and gloves. The Lowell Milken Center for Unsung Heroes honors 2 unsung heroes. On Wednesday, the center honored the great Onondaga Chief Hiawatha and Olympian Billy Mills. The event included a reception and discussion with special guest of honor Billy Mills. He is the Olympic gold medal winner of the 10,000 meter at the 1964 Tokyo Olympics. 3 students were also awarded $100 for writing and performing a poem about the leader we need.
We've got ourselves a pretty decent day. Partly cloudy skies, highs near 80 degrees, maybe even some lower 80s out there. Heading into this evening, we remain partly cloudy. Mild initially, and then we'll drop back down eventually to a low of 53. As we take a look, we're watching those evening thunderstorm chances after 7 p.m., mainly in southeast Kansas, otherwise pushing 80. We'll have mid-70s for highs as we get started on Saturday, and then once that system rolls through after some morning storms, we're going to see temperatures drop back down into the lower 60s. Pretty decent Sunday and Monday, and then we are watching some additional thunderstorm chances by next Tuesday.
Well, a $25,000 reward is being offered for the person who finds a space rock somewhere near the border of Canada and the United States.
The Maine Mineral and Gem Museum wants to study fragments from a fireball detected by NASA radar last week. Meteors believed to have landed in a field close to Calais, Maine.
Okay, so we're on the East Coast. I was like, that's a big range.
Yeah. Thankfully, we narrowed it down to the state of Maine.
Okay.
And Coleus specifically.
There you go. Officials at the museum are cautiously optimistic, saying the radar data will help someone find the rock, which could contain valuable information about the solar system. I wonder how big it is.
Maybe that's where everyone was this morning. Remember on the KOAM show I mentioned on my drive in here, very rare situation. I encountered 2 cars in Joplin, 4 on Highway 69.
And you didn't hit any of them?
No, I didn't. I encountered them.
You just
I
passed
saw
them
past
on
them.
the road. Okay.
So maybe that's where everybody went. They're out looking for this rock. Well,
headed to Maine.
Otherwise, it's a good day to stay here. Nice weather across the 4 states. And we want to thank you so much for letting us put the good in your morning. We're going to be back with more news and weather today at noon.
Have a great morning and an even better day.